Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, everyone. How are you all doing? Welcome along to ETRURIA. It's been a while since we've been to Italy, so thought we'd jump on the server here. Just me at the moment, me all on my own. But that's fine. I'm sure someone will join when they've got time. How are you all doing? G'day, Isaac. Nice to see you. Welcome along. Good morning to you. G'day, Ian. Nice to see you, buddy. Hope you're well. I saw your new Lego. What was that? The Volvo excavator that you put in Discord today. That's a cool looking set. I'd like to get my hands on that one at some stage. But there's actually too many sets I want to get my hands on. There's too many I've got sitting in my cupboard not unbuilt. So to try and clear some of those out before we go any further. But good to see you, mate. G'day, Jay. Thank you, buddy. How you doing? For 16 months. More than 15. It is more than 15. 16 months member. Thank you for your support. Very much appreciated. Hey, handsome. How you doing? Always need a hand, buddy. Always need a hand. Me on my own at the moment. So what are we going to be doing? Like I said, it's been ages since we've been on this. The main goal of this server was to buy Field 26, or buy the big vineyard, which is $5 million. Well, we're a fifth the way there because we have $1.1 million in the bank account. There's also about $500,000 in there. So it's taken a wee while. It's actually taking longer than I thought it would. Just as it's going, we're into year 6 on the server as well. So on that basis, it's going to take another 25 years to afford it. Who said farming was quick and easy? So that's the challenge. That's where we're at. The farm has expanded though, so you could look at it the other way and go, well, you know, there's a $300,000 field and a $500,000 field and a 250. So you know, there's $1 million. It's probably $2 million worth of land's been bought since we started, because we pretty much started off with these fields, those vines, and I think that field. No, I don't even think we had that field. I can't remember now. So the farm's definitely grown, which is pretty cool. Look there, see what we own now. So Aussie Dan and Hyper have spent a lot of time and been the driving forces on this server, so I'm just here to lend a hand. But we've got multiple tasks. So field 70 is ready to harvest, so we're going to go get some wheat chopped on that, and then I think 17 and 36 are both ready to seed. If I'm not mistaken, we were going to plant oats in there, so we need to lime it, seed it, and then roll them both. And then 70, if we run out of things to do, we'll be ready to prep as well. And yeah, then that will be us done. So jump down here into the combine. It's all staged and ready to go. So thank you whoever did that for us, and we're going to get into it. I'm back on the steering wheel today, so fingers crossed everything is going to work correctly. So far so good. So just move that a touch so I don't bang it all the time. Right, g'day Carlo, how you doing? Good to see you. Wisconsin, USA, welcome along. Great to have you here. Always fantastic to see where everyone is connecting in from. Such a wide variety of places that we serve. Pretty cool. Right, I should be doing this here. It's much easier to line up, but I've done a pretty good job. Claim that as a victory. Closer. Go. Attached. Ourselves backed up on an accident with your client, waiting for the tech folks to fix their issues. Yeah, so fun. Hope you're doing better than you. Been more or less in bed for a week now with sciatic pain. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that, mate. It is not fun at all. Not that I've ever experienced that, but I can imagine it's not fun. Put it that way. Right, let's see. I remember how all these buttons on the joystick. Yeah, he's our grain cart driver or field prepper. In fact, if he came down and prepped this field next to us, he'd be able to come and load and unload as and when needed. Now, one of these, all they're going out, isn't it? I just hold everything. What is that? That is the auger. Just couldn't see it in that view. Why is that button not picking things up? Is it because... Oops, that's the wrong button. Yeah. Sure, that's my My turn things on button. Raise and lower, that's working. Need to unfold the combine. That shouldn't matter though, because it wasn't giving me the warning. Ah, that'll be why. I've turned off those warnings. There we go. The thing's unfolded. Right. Let's make a move into here. Get started. Happy days. Let's turn our straw swath on. Not sure whether we want to bail it, but we will swath it just in case we do. What's my button for that? Work. Okay, right. And now I want to change that to 2. Go 3. Let's max it out at 3, and I want to set my working direction. So one thing I don't like with this is it does it at this weird sort of angle. I know it tries and picks the way along this edge, but I much prefer doing it in straight lines. Let's do 80 because then we're pretty much lining up straight along this edge, and we'll do the field that way. Right. Now, I'm all good. And these. These should activate it. It hasn't actually. Right, there we are, sorted. That's cruise control. Because you're not using something for a long time, you forget exactly how it works. There is Hanson here to lend a hand. Right? Morning, Bo. How you doing, buddy? See you. How's things in the Naki? Actually, I'm going to do this out of cab because I love this combine. One of the few hillside combines there are in Farming Simulator. So it adjusts and keeps the main part of the combine level and cruising. And pretty cool how it activates and adjusts itself as you go around the field. And this is a good map to demonstrate that in. Mr. Sykes is going to make a smoothie. I'm going to enjoy a coffee. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe, folks. Give Arksy support. Thank you, Ian. Thank you very much for 50 months of membership. It would be near on a record. Far off. I think who would be leading that charge at the moment. Yourself, Scott Froofer will be right up there, I think. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate it. This struggling for power up here. That's actually, that could be. I think that's map related. Might be a little bit of a. I don't know. Thought there might have been a bit of a rough edge there, but fought hard to keep itself smooth. Hello, Stella. Hello. Stella's been finding it hot here the last wee while. Being lag, it doesn't make it much fun, is it? Alright, what are we, 50% full? Bring her here. Oops.
She said, yeah.
There you go. Our big puppy dog, big lump of fluff, aren't you? Hey, say hello to everyone. And press buttons. Keep your paws there. You can sniff the steering wheel. Good girl. Ready? Oh. Timing. Would have been awkward to try and rearrange ourselves. Bo's been trying all he can to change his colours. Right, we got 76% full. You heading up this way? 80%, lights are flashing. There he is. So, I'll figure out that button there should be opening our walker. Let's just see. It's indeed. Oops. Wrong way. There we go. Unloading. Unloading. Much space to be running alongside each other on that one. So most of the grains, when being made, I think they're going down to the mill. And it is completely out of material at the moment because it is then going into the pasta factory. The pasta factory seems to have plenty of flour at the moment. Weeks. Running that one. It's also sets it's selling as well, so we avoid the unenviable task having to load up and take all of those. I think last time we were on this server, that was our job. Took a few trips, get our pasta all sold. Hello Floyd, how you doing, my friend? See, buddy? Floyd, I haven't forgotten our video. You will get your cameo. I promise. Good to hear, mate. Did you finish school? When did you finish school? Soon. Looks like we took the liberty of planting some of the neighbour's field. Tomorrow, one more day. How annoying is that? You go to school for a Monday. Little Argsy's got until Wednesday's his last day. So, a bit more time. That's it. Deep, deep ditch. We don't want to be too close to that. Back on target. Hanson's got the baler out, so he's going to start making some bales with the straw. Be perfect. So another server news. So we've got the Judith Plains server is all done. The challenge that was set on that one is finished. So we're in the throes of creating a new server. Well, we're planning on using Gauge Kentucky because that's such a beautiful looking map. Perfect for some row crops and a good one to get in and work on together with all of those awkward shaped fields. But Chinook was having a few issues last night with getting the row crop system to work, so we'll look at that at some stage. Try and get that added onto the server. That's fair, Ian. Hope the pain eases for you as you're back up and on your feet soon. Thanks for stopping in though, mate. I really appreciate it. Thanks again for supporting the channel for as long as you have. So that is the plan with that one. Otherwise, things are boxing on. I did have a look at Saxingham last night. That's plenty happening on it. More fields growing all the time. And Nulla Creek seems to be going alright. Oops, just going to stop and it's our edge. Sorry. We're going to need the trailer again soon. Hanson, see that. Yeah, on your way already. I love the terrain on this map. It's such a beautiful landscape. Always nice views no matter which way you look. Right on time. So I was actually thinking this could, I'm not sure what's going to be happening next Sunday. This could be our last Sunday stream. I might, next weekend, I might have to do a cheeky Saturday morning stream instead of Sunday as our last weekend stream. Just because with Christmas fast approaching and holidays and things like that, we'll be off on our travels. So we'll just play it by ear what we end up doing. You take it like halfway around, hence, and I can unload at some point. We'll definitely have a stream on Wednesday night. And it's a steep part of the field, struggling. And yeah, we'll figure out next weekend, and then it'll be a couple of weeks between streams. Good morning, Chinook. How are you? Nice to see you. Just talking about Gage, Kentucky, mate. So well, you've spent a bit of time trying to set that up, and we're having a few issues with the row crop system. Hopefully we can sort that out. G'day, Chad. How you doing? How's my day going? My day is literally just starting. I've been up for about half an hour. Just getting into life. Moment. So let's just we're almost 50%. Just go past the trailer here. Just wanted to keep going straight. We'll get to this corner and then I might back up and unload. Just because I wanted to not make the straw too hard for them to deal with. It's not ideal. Back around the edge, parked up on the side of a hill. Come around here and get ourselves up on top of it. I know I could move the trailer. What's the fun in that? Oh, we were actually unloading into it. I managed to get it in. Job done. G'day, Rusty. How you doing? So good to see you, my friend. Welcome along. Contact them on their Discord. I have a few ideas now. I'll take a look when you get home. Ah, cool, mate. That's good. Yeah. It's us unloaded. How is your... You're busy doing your... Have you done your Christmas toy gifting event you do, Rusty? Has that happened yet? I know you're always busy around this time of year organising that, and I think I saw you post something about it. How many years have you been doing that for now? Something like, is it 13 years? 14 years? However long is, mate, that is such an impressive thing to have been doing. Just going to chop this straight across here rather than muck around with that little turn. Let's come around this way. Line that up there. Okay. Christmas gift for kids was last weekend, 100 kids. Awesome, mate. That's amazing. Congrats to you and your team of helpers. G'day Scooter, how you doing, mate? Nice to catch you as well. Welcome along. That's good, Chinook. You've some ideas. Gosh, excuse me. Is there anything I could do to help out with it this morning once I'm finished? What time are you finishing work today? Been involved since 92, gosh, even longer. Took it over, and so 10 years of your, 20 years, 2005 to 92. Holy heck. Oh, well done, mate. That's awesome. Nice to see there's still kind and generous hearts out there. Oh, that's the wrong button. It's the thing with the joystick, I start just pressing. I rest my hand on the joystick and then I'll press the wrong doohickey. Get myself in trouble. I'm gonna take a look at the server logs. Okay. Are you just using the Judith Plains login? I shall see what I can do. Oh, welcome along everyone, if you're just tuning in. Pleasure to have your company this morning. Here's our goal, actually. How's that for having your objective right in your eyes? Winery on the hill. So we actually own the winery for the production. It's the only way you make wine is to own that. So we have our little plot of grapes, make our own wine. But the main goal is to buy all of the vines up there on the side of the hill. It is a $5 million plot of land. That's the other thing, actually. Are we free on here? Yeah, so there's no loan on the server. Good. There's one under... Oh no, we do. Okay, I lie. We've got $800,000 worth of debt. Go around the corner, Hanson. Must be that trailer going to be close to yeah, okay, he's figured out it's going to go past me. Cool. And we can unload on the move. Trailer must be close to full. 89%. No, that's me, 70%. Right thing. How you doing, Easy? Good to see you, buddy. Well. Alright, so last headland pass. Keep this flowing. How are we going to fill the trailer up? So that's 80%. Fine. What was it, 3,000 litres? We might go close actually. It's on the move. Yeah, we will actually. There we go. Almost. Are we going to get the combine empty? Not quite. Right, it's going to be a bit of a mad hustle for Edson now. To the grain mill. Where is the grain mill? He's building. Yeah. Oh. I was going to say not too far, but a bit of a loop-de-loop. Yeah. 3 hours of karate grading yesterday, Bo. Solid effort, mate. Did it go well? You a belt higher, or did you gain some accolades? It's a solid effort, 3 hours. Well done. Oh no, this is a tickly throat. I mowed the lawns yesterday. Quite dry down here. We've had some, I said about it on the stream the other night, we've had some hot days lately. Very toasty, very warm, which is nice, but very early for us too. You wouldn't expect this sort of temperature until well into January, possibly even February. You passed and then almost passed out. Well done, mate. Is that a new colour or? Another row to square off. Let's navigate. You. Exciting to see Renabu released this week as well. First time Ola's made it a smaller map, a 2x map, so first time consoles and really got the pleasure of enjoying his work. Not that easy to get into Unload. Of course, Renabu for 22 was a large map, so very cool to see that. Please. Dial it back a notch, Craig. Hasn't down here. The difference we had yesterday was it was a bit breezier. So this is the edge we're going to be making our passes on here. Good to know. We're going to be going across the slope. Probably not ideal, but combine set up to handle that. Right. So where are we? And so do we jump on the baler, but Hanson's just coming along the road there, so we'll get to us. Hard in the heat of midday, new colour belt. Belt only holds you. Is it, how do you pronounce that? Is it guy? The together, not always a good way to tell how good someone is. That's a great way to look at it. We're close to 30, which is way too hot this side of Christmas. Yeah, had quite a few in the mid-20s, continuously. Distracting you from getting on with your tasks now. Goodness. Try some water. Alright, let's go. It's moving. Didn't work. I thought I'd turn that on. Button. Yeah. Right, see you, Bo. Have a good weekend. Good rest of your weekend, mate. It's Sunday. Alright, there we go. No, I did read your comment before. Who was that? Gosh, it was a long time ago, and I completely ignored it. Carl Olsen asked me what I thought of the rear camera DLC. I think the rear camera DLC is fantastic. I saw someone who had made a combine that had 4 cameras on it down on the screen. So you could see behind you, but you could also see looking out from the header towards the grain cart. You could also look from the header spout down into the grain cart. I can't remember who it was now. I saw it on, I think it was on Facebook. If they can get something like that working well, then that's going to be awesome. So yeah, no, I think it's a cool addition. Cool addition to the game. Alright, there we go. That's us. Headland's done. Now, hopefully we've got a trailer sitting and waiting for us at one end or the other. So unload as we go. Yeah, that's alright. Let's do these little in rows first. Alright, Stacey off for a walk. What's happening with YouTube data? Views are up and down like a yo-yo. Just feel funny having the lines on the like that. Just feels weird, but I kind of look at it. That's my it's a heads-up display with the superimposed or something like that. It's I know that normally if you were doing this, you'd be driving it on your monitor, figuring things out off that, counting rows if you were in corn or whatever. So I'd look past the realism just a little bit. Right, that last little bit on the left, yes it is. Good job. Just pause on the end of the row so I don't swing the straw out. Hopefully. I'll do that. In. It's going to be a bit of a harder one to pick up. Get there. Just actually let's unload as we go past. Hitting the tractor. Close enough. Shadow. Far away am I? I must be too far away. Oh, no, I just haven't all got out. Whoops. There we go. Actually, I was too close. And we must have been close to hitting. The camera mod on the end of the spout, that would have been awesome. Judging that. Worry. Right, turn that on, lower that down. Zero. Sort of. Aha. Let's go on and grab the noisy Fiat. Other equipment stage down here. Bale load trailer. Beautiful. This should be our last kind of short little row into some decent sized ones. Be good. Right. Plow on with it. I miss a little bit there, aren't I? Insignificant in the scheme of things. Equally triggering for those who like having perfectly combined field. Sounds like the world's most hardcore game of Fortnite's happening in the room next to me. Boys were both still asleep. Apparently not. gosh, looks like I missed some on this corner too. Oh no, that's a bit out in the field. It's alright. Not my fault. So row up here a little bit further, I think. Right about this should be perfect. My cruise control kept deactivating. There we go. It's detecting my pedal still being pressed. Wasn't quite though. I sort out breakfast for the little people in the house. Fair enough, mate. Bacon and eggs for me, please. That's what a hollandaise on the side. Maybe a hash brown. A little bit of spinach just for colour. Great. Poached. We don't have auto load on that trailer anymore. Hanson, that trailer was auto load. There we go. So if you're just tuning in, we are here, field 70 harvesting. We've knocked out a good chunk of that already. Then we've got 1736 to get ready to plant. Motes into those. Otherwise, you can see and look at the farm. That's everything we own on this farm at the moment. Which you didn't realise we've had a new animal barn down there either. The end goal of this is to be the king of the hill and own this winery sitting up in here. $5 million to buy those fields. They are very, very pricey indeed. That'd be a good challenge. We're $1 million, probably about $1.5 million on the way there with the land we own. No, with the money, the product and stock with the land we own, we're probably $4 million, $3.5 million. But as always, when we have challenges on the server, it's not buying things and then just selling them right at the end to achieve the goal. It is all about growing a farm, building a farm, and at the end of it, having that goal. Because let's face it, if you're expanding a farm, you don't buy fields and land and tend to then sell them all. You've got to buy something else. We're not going to get, I know, it's Hanson, but I was just about to say we're not going to get all the way down to the trailer. We get close. Just give ourselves a little bit of float so we can turn the cruise control when he gets next to us and keep moving. Underlay. Challenges are great, you need to struggle a bit more. Very true, very true. I'm still working on my one tile challenge, Rusty. Most of the way through my second year, I just need to finish off the last 2 months so I can then piece it all together. Hey Kiwi, how you doing mate? Good to see you. Hope you're having a good weekend. Kids. I saw you were doing that as a multiplayer. Are you doing it on a different map too? Or were you doing it on the same map? For some reason I thought you might have been on a different map for it. G'day Farmer Group, how you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Farmlands, okay. This is Calmlands. Where are you on Calmlands? Can't remember now. Is that a typo? What did that trailer get up to? The trailer got to 79%, so we're on one of those awkward parts. This is PC only Farmer Group. It was only released on their mod site. Which is a bit of a shame because it's a glorious map. So there's the odd little bit like that which makes it a bit of a challenge as well. We were just talking about those challenges can be fun. Farmlands is by Farmer Rabbit. Okay, so it is a different map. I like that you've done one differently. I'm going to have a look at that map. I've kind of overlooked. There's a lot of maps coming out at the moment. Anyone else notice? There's none in New Zealand though. Don't know why that is. Farmlands by Farmer Rabbit. Endless field, endless possibilities. Ah, right, so that's just squares. That's kind of cool. That would be a good one to do the challenge on. Nice. This is a beautiful map, Farmer Group. It's so well detailed. Yeah, it's just a shame. I mean, I don't know what would restrict it from being on. Possibly the detail. Some of the models might be a bit too chunky in terms of the amount of information on them. Yeah, nice one. G'day Waylon, how you doing? See you here. That's 50% full. Actually a good map, like what have we been going 45-50 minutes? We're most of the way through this field, over halfway at least. It's a, what is it, a decent sized field, 12.5 acres of arable land. It's good. It's busy. Doing alright. Heshion Valley map Farmer Group. Does look like a good one. I'm trying to remember now though, was that one that's been out previously for Farm Sim or is it a new map? I'm more excited when we see a new map. new people who are doing new things, and the new modders are even more exciting. It is a brand new map, right? Good morning, Elder. How you doing? Pleasure. So we are officially, what am I, 4 more days of work for the year? Unofficially, probably a few more. A few things I'll need to do over the break, but last week in the office this week at least. Nice time to start to recharge. And I've got to admit, it has been a long year on many fronts, so I thought to a bit of a break from everything, really. A good time to kind of reflect on all things, reflect on what we're doing with YouTube and FarmSim and the channel. Just reboot things from a professional side of things too, from work and all of that. So I'm looking forward to it. Still recovering, but all good. What are you recovering from? Please tell me you've told me and I've forgotten rather than anything else. Yeah? Were you hit by that bike that's been going around? Are we going to get unloaded? Hanson, quick, quick, quick! Oh, that must have been so close. So close. Or did you just overindulge last night? Oh, congratulations. Yes, wedding on Thursday. How could I forget, mate? How did it go? 2 days of whiskey. Oh, it's got to be done, right? How did it go? Was it everything that Mrs. Elder dreamed of? I suppose you can call her that now. Perfect little fairy tale. Hey LB, how you doing? Is ETRURIA playable on Mac? If it's effectively a PC version and you can use any mods, then yes, it should be. It'll come down to maybe your Mac settings, but yeah, it should be. Mac can use most mods, can't? I don't know. Not actually familiar with Mac. In a FarmSim sense, a bit of thunder and lightning right on the valves, but it was great. I don't know if is that a good omen or a bad omen? Must be a good omen. Yeah, that's right. Was it? Because it was Thursday that Dunedin had all that hail and that out of the airport, eh? Good omen from what you've come across. Fantastic. There you go. We'll roll with that. And a darn good excuse to enjoy some whiskey too, isn't it? That's where you are. I knew you were down around that region somewhere in Otago. Dodged the hail at the venue. Ah, so it was your actual Oscar way, isn't it? Dodge the hail. Hail's funny like that, right? You can just be so isolated. I remember having a hailstorm like that once here in Palmy that left the streets looking like they were covered in snow. G'day Gamer Shadow, how you doing? See you. Hey Kiwi, are you still here? I was going to make a suggestion to you. You should try You should try changing your latency settings on your stream. I don't know if you've played around with that. I always find the delay between chat and you responding, like a message being written in chat and you responding, can be quite long. So I'm assuming you're running on the real high latency settings, and it might be to do with your internet or something. It might be the reason why you're doing it. But I find it really nice to be able to see a message and kind of react to it reasonably quickly. Anyhow, just a suggestion. Worth trying out, worth experimenting with those things. So the venue was north to Dunedin and the hail was more Mosgiel way. I figured it must be Mosgiel way with the airport being down there. That area? Yeah, still here. Cool, mate. Yeah, just have a look at it. It's not something you can change midstream, so you'd have to start a stream with it set that way. But it's really nice to be able to see a message and not have that. Well, as a viewer, I'm talking about it as a viewer, but I also feel like it's nice as a creator to be able to interact in more near real time. Anyhow, have to look at. Sometimes people might not be familiar with what those settings do. So. Right, we're going to run out of things to do because our trailer is going to be unloading still. Let's have a look on the map. We can jump in the baler though. It's too long. Let's not turn our cruise control on. We'll just roll down the hill. Back. We see which way does he go at the intersection. On his way back. Not too far. Good morning to you, Shia. As I say about interacting, then you read a message and you acknowledge it in your mind, but you completely forget the person, and you completely forget to respond. How are you, Shia? Good to see you. Hope you're having a good weekend thus far. What is it, Saturday night for you guys? As long as Saturday night's alright for fighting. Yeah, Parcel wants wait a minute. Oh, awesome. Let's share. Like parcels. Alright. What should we do? Let's just turn that off. Let's go and bail for a bit. Not too far away, but let's jump in here just for a little bit of variety. I don't know. Let's set this up on guidance or not. Is legend. Liver Cookie is our Henson. Because now that we've got a decent chunk of this field open, we can drop bales without it getting in the way of the combine. Anyway, it doesn't help us when the combine operator didn't follow it on sections of the field. Just in from work. I hope you had a good day at work. Being too busy, you don't get affected by Christmas shopping and all that sort of carry on, do you? Right, the man's in the Merlot. You're setting up your own multiplayer chair. Nice one. What map are you going to be doing that on? Are you going to set it up on a server? Or are you going to just host it yourself? Quickly, let's ping that quickly. Up to date on this end. Except the thing he didn't do, because he doesn't know that I did it, is set this up to direction I did now. What did I do it at? That looks about right, I think. Look, let's see if that's going to line up with our rows once it comes in. Nope. That angle. So we can back a degree. Look, we can go straight down this row. Here we go. Happy days. Arkansas. I was going to say Arkansas, but you'll host it yourself. Nice. Anything with hosting it yourself, remember you'll have to be online when people are playing it. Coordinate time with them for that. Are we going to run out of bale twine maybe? Some more. So go back down. Gosh, excuse me again. Off and splatter. As I was saying a bit earlier, for anyone who's just joined, we're setting up a new server on Gage, Kentucky. Just trying to make sure that the row crop system works. Get the full experience on that one, so we have a big worked American map to be farming on, so that's replacing Judith Plains. So, been 7 months maybe with Judith Plains up and running. Not sure what year we got into, so we're into year 6 on this map. Been going for some time now. Fencing up on the hill, loading bales. Hurlo out. Bear pulling the trailer. Dealing with all the straw. A lot of fun on the Judith Plains server. Yeah, it was a good one with the size of it. The idea with the servers is to try and provide different experiences across one, so we've got a mix of maps. Nulla Creek at the moment is, well, it's mainly focused on providing a map for Oceania players, Australian and New Zealand players to enjoy, which is cool, and it's great to see some new faces getting in and having fun on that one, which is always the always what we're trying to do. And then where are we? We're in Italy, the UK and America. Other servers. Different size farms, different types of farming. The wineries running on here. Saxingham's kind of become a bit of a root crop farm, although at the moment it's largely, on there last night, largely oats and sunflowers. I think there's a lot of sunflowers on that in the fields at the moment. We've got a storyline for your server. Ah, cool. Neat. Manually driving these few little sections. Hardly worth turning the... Hardly worth turning the steering on. Oops. One more row. Ben has taken the lead on sacks, which is cool. I've been thinking about my map over summer, what I'm going to do on the holidays. I think what I'm going to try and focus on while I'm away, just because I only have my laptop, I only have a small screen to work on. Let's focus on getting some of the custom models finished off. rather than mucking around with decoration. Oldor's just released a cool little tool which can help with the placeables in terms of putting down decorations and things like that, which is going to be a huge help. It's just going to accelerate some of the decoration exponentially, I think. So that's kind of cool. Looking forward to testing that out. So let's see where we end up. Yeah, I think I'm going to follow his lead a little bit too and maybe do a building pack for some of the custom buildings. Ooh, yeah, I'm looking the wrong way. It makes it very hard to line up. It's disgusting, actually. That's the one thing I don't like is when using my wheel and joystick, because the little top hat are looking on the armsticks, not the most reliable, and I've disabled it. It makes it hard when you're turning with the steering wheel to use the analog stick on the steering wheel to look where you want to go. It's kind of frustrating. Isn't it amazing, actually? I was just thinking how dependable my connection has been on servers. We're running 140 millisecond ping at the moment, and it doesn't feel like it at all. It's crazy. I wasn't expecting it to be that high, but it's up there. My actual experience and the time, the input time between turning the wheel. So that's actually a good example. So I'm going to use this hand, you can see. Boys. So you can see the delay. There is a little bit of delay, but it's not huge. It's manageable. Did the building psychola has, I'm sure we can deal with blank buildings as you work on it. Yeah, that was one thing I was thinking about. I am contemplating now doing a kind of like a itch release. But we'll have to wait and see. Might have to excuse myself and go and discipline some children by the sounds of things. Kick them off Fortnite if they're going to be behaving the way they are right at this very minute. Amon, you can hop off if you're going to do that. What? You can hop off if you're going to behave like that. Our square bale time hasn't gone down, so I was worried we were going to go through it. But, see, it takes a wee while to drop down a peg. That way. Can't go up the next one because there's a comp one in the way, but yeah, it's pretty much caught up on baling now. Didn't take too long at all, did it? You were doing the map, but the person I was doing it with, quite on. Ah, that sucks. All right. Park this one behind the combine, and we'll go and change seats again. There we go. Oh, wasn't what I was expecting to be. Bear with me a second. Rightio. Back. So, powered that on. That on. Lower that down. Combine's empty. Get going. Get that going. Look at that. All pressing buttons. A true machinery operator. Yeah, it has effort because I said there's no profit in horses. I mean, you're not lying there, Cher. Not lying at all. Yeah, just stream set on normal. We'll try low latency and see if it's better. Yeah, just test it out. Do it for a stream and see what you think. I think you'll find you'll enjoy the interactions more, because what you find is if you're conversing with someone, your response, you'll see their message quicker, and your response to them will be quicker, which means you'll be able to strike up conversation with someone in chat a lot easier rather than waiting 20 seconds between each response. I think when I look, like when I've started a stream up and can see OBS in my my studio, I think it's like when I have my countdown timer at the start, I think there's about 6 seconds difference. If I'm on normal or other latency, it's quite a lot higher. Just test it out, mate, and see what you think. No harm in trying something new. If it doesn't work for you, change it back. I think that's the main benefit of changing that, is just how quickly you can win messages and your response to them. On the flip side, if you're having a conversation with someone and making them wait longer for a response, keeps them in stream longer. So who knows? There could be other benefits to it. I'm channeling my inner Kiwi by trying to spend more time in cab, like you do. Right, we're into the tricky part, but the shorter runs. One apart from the bit up the top there, these are probably some of the shorter passes we'll have to do. Not too much of the field left to combine. Already up to date with the baling. But I think what we'll do is leave this field once we've finished here, and we'll try and maybe get, I think there's 2 of us. It would be great to get this big one prepped and seeded, so it's going to need, I think, mulching, liming, and then seeding. So we've got a couple of players on. Getting 2 fields, bigger fields out 2 would be nice. If someone can log, if they've got less time to log in and do something, they can get a task finished. On the smaller fields, they're 50% full. Good thing Farming's not here, he would be at me with having my spout out. Thanks everyone who's tuned in and joined the stream today. Thank you for spending some of your weekend with me. If you haven't already dropped a thumbs up, much appreciated if you did. Oh, look, here we go, there's a trailer. Timing Henson. That's the joys of having the simple inspector installed, because you can easily see where someone's at without having to ask them or have contact with them. You like the cab view, but the mirrors can be difficult to reverse with. Reversing sucks in cab. Yeah. not having the ability to lean out a window, or even using the realistic cab mod, which sort of you lean when you look in different directions, or you can hold down shift to look out. Only thing from a content point of view that cab view kind of, you're limited to what you see on screen. When you like, I can look across and see all of that from this angle, but if I did the same in cab, you'd anywhere as much of the vista. If you're trying to show off a map, it's a bit of different things. Thank you, Rusty. Thank you, Share. Appreciate it. Those kind words from you both. Reversing like Euro Truck Simulator. That's the one when you reverse, you look out the window, eh? I mean, I suppose you don't really do that in a tractor. No. Euro Sim reversing would be a game changer. It certainly would. I'm hoping things like this, the camera mod from the Mercedes-Benz DLC should be standard in game by the next iteration. Let's see. The mirrors do work better. True. Very true. Hey Nismo, how you done? Good to see you. What do I want for Christmas? I haven't really got any requests. I just want a couple of weeks off work and get away from, I would say, from the Russian bustle, but where we're going is probably going to be busy. Just get away from routine. A different routine for a couple of weeks. How about yourself? What's on Nismo's wish list? Speaking of Nismo, who watched the Hoonigan? What was it? Australia Rips? Is that what they called it? With Travis Pastrana. That was pretty cool. I've watched it a couple of times now. Kind of cool seeing locations I've been to. I've been to Bathurst and into Sydney as well. Pretty cool to see them ripping donuts right down Darling Harbour. It was kind of cool. Not Darling Harbour, Circular Quay. And that rail slide when he just about dumps it into the harbour, that would have been rather interesting. The guys in the little blue Subaru, if you've seen it, when he's doing the donuts, right when he first gets into Sydney, they're I can't remember them. They have a YouTube channel with about 4 million subscribers. They're an Australian channel, and Hoonigan got in touch and said, do you want to be part of the video? Anyhow, they did a sort of behind the scenes video from their perspective, and some of the first filming done was the stuff in Sydney. So you imagine if he dumped it into the actual harbour, how far that would have ruined the whole plan. So they wouldn't have got to Bathurst in time. I wouldn't have thought. They had some rather expensive repairs to the car, I would imagine. Mighty Mods, that's the one, Greg. Yeah, it's probably good. Hey, I saw I don't know how it came up on my Facebook feed, but a truckie giving Scania Rotorua a big shout out during the week. You get a breakdown at 2 in the morning or something, and found out he'd blown a couple of pistons or rods, and Scania Rotorua managed to fit him in a busy time of the year and get him back on the road within a couple of days. The movable mirror mod is good. I just don't like that it changes how the mirrors look. So. Definitely an unreal bit of driving. The active air on the Brat is insane. It was very cool. I like that too. The water skim. How good was the water skim? The pond skim. And then they do the outtake at the end with the guy on the outback, and it just gets halfway and sinks. Like, actually, you're looking at it going, is that real, or did they have a is it just a shallow bit of water, or what's the story there? Nope, it's legit. We drove a car fast enough that it skimmed the water. That was cool. Your friend brought you a headset, you'll have to send it a picture. Yeah, do that, share. Our dog ate a headset last night, chewed it straight in half. My one I was using on my PlayStation. All the boys were using on my PlayStation, which got left in the wrong place, and she got hold of it. Great shout out to the team working all hours to get him back on the road. Ah, nice, you did see that too. Funny, it's just funny, I like popped up and I was like, hey, I know who that'll be. It's like, oh, I have to remember to tell you I'd seen it. Happy days. Missed a bit there. Right, that should be, hopefully, our last unload before we've finished. Get straw in a convenient spot. Let's go about an hour around. Just looking down there, Hanson's pretty much on top of Vales too. At least from what I can see. PS4 or PS5, I've got both. Share. I don't use the PS4 anymore, that's been the boys. But I've actually spent more time using my PC lately, gaming. I've got Battlefield on PC, I'm playing Arc Raiders on PC. I'm off this Project Motor Racing on PC. The last PlayStation game I played a lot of would have been Apex Legends, which is free, so I could technically play that on PC too. So not a huge amount of time spent on the console. Which I'm kind of sad about. I just love how easy it is to play a game. I know there's limitations, but it's just nice being able to turn it on and know it's going to work, and you're not going to have a random... Okay, you still do get game crashes occasionally. But you're not going to have to worry about whether you've got the right amount of RAM and memory, and whether your graphics card's good enough to do it, or how many frames you're going to get. It's just, that's what you get. It's good. I've still got my PS1, I've got one of each. PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, and PS5 all floating around. Part of my games room plan is to get, I don't know, maybe some shelves, just have them. I've seen some cool ways people have done them where they've mounted them on a wall and have cables coming out of them, but I think I just want to have them maybe on a shelf. PC just has less issues with most games, you reckon? PC or console? You got more opportunities with games on PC in terms of modding and customization and that sort of thing. The thing that always blew my mind is the fact that Grand Theft Auto came out on consoles before PC. It's just like they designed it for consoles. That was kind of crazy. But I reckon they'll 100% be... I say 100%, but I reckon the reason they've delayed GTA 6 as much as they have is so they can release it on PC at the same time. The multiplayer will be cross-player share. Nice. Nice. Should be good, Henson, I think. We need you to download. PS4 sounds like a jet engine when the kids play Need for Speed Heat. When did you last pull the covers off and remove the dust? I took my PS4 and I've got a can of compressed air and gave it a proper clean out the other day, and it went from sounding like a jet engine to whisper quiet. I can definitely recommend spending some time doing that. Haha, we're not going to fit all this in the trailer, are we? Darn it. Didn't think about that. Do you like your Steam Deck, Cher? I've looked at them. I guess most of the times when I travel, I can take my laptop away. It's good enough to game on, so. So keep an eye out over the holidays. I definitely won't be making videos for a couple of weeks. But I will be trying to do gaming. When you have hospital appointments, that's a good point. Yeah. Very good point. Right, there we are, done. 700 litres in the trailer. Henson must be running that down to the sell point. We're going to park this down. In fact, we can go take the header off and park it in the building's door. And then we'll come up and finish the baling. Look at the way the header adjusts as we race across the field. Even though we're not actually combining, it's following the contours. Kind of cool. Channeling my inner Dutch today, Jos. Right, let's do this. Let's cross, we're close enough. Yep, snapped on. That's the main task done. We won't be able to fold the combine up just yet. See if we can blind back it into get a trailer. See, I can see it in that mirror. Oh, the wrong way. Can't see the header trailer. Must be behind me. That's a deal. Still haven't got that silicone spray for all my pedals either. Squeaky ass. Like the mic doesn't pick it up. How are we doing? Oh, okay. Let's give up on that because we're going to be miles off. Yeah, leave that there. We'll leave our pipe out. And we'll leave the engine running so that when Hanson gets here it should unload for him. And we're going to jump back up here. Alright, let's finish off the bales. How are you anyhow, Jos? You doing alright, buddy? Nice little mod release this week. Your auto load pallets, that's pretty cool. Check that out at some stage. It must like looking inside your head. Must have a good looking brain, sure. That's what I keep saying. Went to the doctor for the first time in 15 years or so upon your mother's request. All good. I mean, there's probably a lot of people who debate that statement, but here you go. Medically checked out fine. Be a better way to define it. Good to hear, mate. I was the same. I hadn't been for ages. The stupid thing is, because I hadn't been to my GP for a long time, I had to go in just to get a checkup to keep my enrolment. So GPs in New Zealand are subsidised based on their patient numbers. Because I hadn't been, they were going to unenroll me. I'm like, aren't I the model patient for you? And that I'm enrolled and I don't get seen, or is the way the system's that you don't want me because I don't get seen, so you don't get your subsidies? I don't know. I don't know how it's all done. Seems strange. Because you haven't been to see your doctor, you can no longer go and see your doctor. When you need your doctor, you need to see your doctor. So I took up a doctor's or nurse's time to check my weight and listen to my heart. When I knew nothing was wrong, and someone who might have needed to see a doctor missed out on that spot or had to wait a little bit longer. Lord. There's no money in the cure. Ain't that true, Dan? Ain't that true? This is to make me another coffee. Wasn't very well organised, was it? Oh, I can see a trailer pulling into the field, so it's Hanson back with another load. Emptied out. Much actually. Very quickly see. I think the on then. The mill was out of flour when we got there, so we've put 88,000 litres in. We're at 3 trailer loads. That's what we got off this field. About trailer loads. And I do like this black belt. Looking load of bales Hanson's got down there too. Better than I probably would have done. Right, well, I might zigzag my way up the hill and my way back down, so I'll skip every other row. Cab. Good morning, Kegs. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. You well, my friend? Starting to cool off in your neck of the woods, I imagine. Liftable pallets without the liftable part. Chris made me do it. Did that make it easier to auto load? Ooh. So does it mean? What it means is if you don't have that installed, can you not have liftable pallets? Can you not use them both at the same time? Yeah. I'm doing alright, Keeks. Doing alright. Looking forward to the holidays. Been a lot of debate in New Zealand the last week or two about whether we shut down for too long and whether it affects us globally in terms of, you know, other parts of the world aren't shut down. Oh, I missed a row. Aren't shut down for as long as we are. Basically, as of the end of next week, most of New Zealand will have stopped working. Retail, hospitality, a lot of those things will still be going. But a lot of professional services, a lot of tradies, those kind of things will basically stop until 5th of January at the earliest. So there's normally about a 2-week break. That's what my business will have, 2 weeks off. But other people extend it out, and there's like a truckload of public holidays that happen through January, February. But New Zealand is in a funny, not funny, but like we have Christmas at the same time as summer, so where other countries it doesn't really make sense to take a big long summer holiday in the middle of winter. Cows don't stop milking. There we go, Todd. Indeed, cows don't stop. The agriculture farming keeps going, and I know that having grown up on the farm, we'd be often planting squash or pumpkins right on Christmas Eve. Often they'd be planted. And there's always something that needed to be done. Animals, like you say, cows don't milk themselves. Cattle don't shift fields on their own. Lunchtime on the 23rd yourself, Elder. There you go. But like then Northern Hemisphere countries, like you guys have usually have a bit more of a holiday in summer, right? You'll take a few weeks off. So surely that has a bit more in it. It's just the fact that ours is all at the same time. Change how much leave you take, you just take it all at the same time. Anyhow, you're doing barbecue for Christmas dinner this year. Nice. Some jandals on. Flip-flops, thongs, whatever you want to call them. Hawaiian beach shirt. Tiernan Knightley, how is the Winchester map going? I'm hoping to get a chunk finished off over the holidays, but we will see. I feel like sitting down at my laptop while we're away and building some buildings or doing some decoration, I will. But the last couple of months, time has not been on my side to give that the attention it deserved. But it's still floating around. I actually opened it up in Giants Editor the other day and had a quick little play. Same before Ola's released, Ola Holders released a tool for Giants Editor which should help with decoration, so we'll see how things go. Couldn't imagine no snow for Christmas. I couldn't imagine snow for Christmas. When we have cold days, it might be low teens or mid to low teens some Christmases. Not the most pleasant Christmas, but we'll complain if it's a bit rainy. We can't get outside in the sun. England. So you're minus 22 outside at the moment. Oh, we're probably already in the 20s outside. What's the weather at the moment? Let's have a look. There's clear blue skies today. Currently, to be higher 25. Right now it's only 17 at the moment. Got down to 12 overnight, which is a bit cooler than it has been. Up in Auckland last week, I think it went between about 19 overnight and 25 during the day, so not much of a spread. Right. 6 weeks holiday in the summer. See, that's the difference here. I actually quite like it because for us, our kids are now on holiday between their school years, so their school year starts with the calendar year. Makes it easier to keep track of. You're struggling with the idea of making entertainment content for farm sim versus modding content. It's, yeah, when you've scratched that itch a little bit. Bitten by the bug, you gotta scratch the itch. Good way to say it. Right, 2 more passes and we are bailed out. In struggling period. That's what I mean. 2 weeks of just unplugging from things would be nice. Alright, that's alright, Hanson's back, he's got the Fiat unloaded. I was saying it's on his last legs, I don't know why he's saying that. Bit old. There we go, right now can I let's turn that off. And unload bales early. That bale as well. Split that out. See, we didn't even go below 3 bale time. I thought we were going to run out. But not. 2 days. Well, once again, thanks everyone for being here. Appreciate you tuning in. We're going to put our beacons on and we're going to run this back up to the farm. Trailer needs emptying. Just about ran Hanson over. Keep running faster than we can drive. Look at that. It's our race here, but I think he's going to win. I think we can get back this way. I know we can. Need to turn out the map. I think we turn right at the edge of this field. Will be the quick way back to the farm. Yeah, right there, we'll go. As I suspected. I think we've probably only got 2 more streams for the year, I imagine. We'll see. I feel like I might, I don't know, I've always toyed with the idea, and I know I said I was going to do a week of streams, and it just hasn't panned out that way. For a multitude of reasons. Nothing's going to plan at the moment, to be perfectly honest. Is this our big new dairy? Did we build this? Must have built that. I thought, yeah, it's definitely been landscaped into there. This is a big new. Interesting. Ooh, slow down. Get the speed wobbles. I was going to say I toyed with the idea of doing an IRL type stream, just jumping on for half an hour and just having a catch up and a chat, sitting on lakeside. But we'll see. G'day Farmer Sim, how you doing? Good evening to you. Hope you're well. The in-laws for Christmas have been volunteered to man the barbecue. It's a big ask. Go to the in-laws and then be in charge of the barbecue. Especially considering you only got married 2 days ago. Pressure. Alright, now I'm going to... I don't know where anything goes on this farm, and I'm going to get in trouble for not repairing or anything like that, but I kind of just want to keep on moving a little bit. I'm going to find... need a lime spreader and a mulcher. We want to spread lime first and then mulch. Mulch, then lime spread. Let's see. Let's make this into one of these sheets for now. to? Looks like we're going into this middle one. Going down the end one. Oh, that's not the best. So we're having Christmas with my family. We're all going to be up at the lake. First time. A bit of an interesting dynamic for however long we're up there for. A few days, a week. We have all my nieces and nephews and brother, his wife, my sister, my parents. All in the same house for longer than I probably want. There we go. Took a while, but we finally managed to get it through in the middle. Right, what have we got in terms of lime spreader? That way. Something somewhere. Look. Must be something somewhere. What's that all parked out? Oh, we got chickens down there. Okay. So that. All this equipment. Chicago. It's going to be really obvious, isn't it? Look. Put the store. We did. This is the easy way to figure it out. Yield improvements, fertilizer spreaders. Okay. Ah, it's hiding under there. Okay. Let's go and find that. I managed to scroll forward there. If it's raining and everyone's stuck indoors, I'm going mountain biking, Craig. Oh, that's pretty clever. They've shoved my lime bulk wire bunker squeezed it in the shed. That's clever. I like that. Well done, team. Certainly will be a full house. Right, yep, it's full of lime. So let's get out of here. Cover going to close on its own. Right. Now, well, fingers crossed it's going to be nice and go down to the lake. Kayak and swim or something. All in one piece. That's a bit fast. Okay. You mountain biker, Crack? Living in Rotorua? Talking about coming up to take a day trip up to Rotorua sometime between Christmas and New Year and go for a spin around the redwoods. Let you know if we do. Alright, so we're into this field here. Let's get some lime in it. Cool, yeah, we'll do. Will do. What's this field, isn't it? Yeah, it is. D6. unfold first. Some steering assist. Automatic direction. Yeah, that'll do because it does those nice long runs. Okay, and we have automatic activation. I'll deactivate that and activate it again because sometimes it doesn't like doing what it does. Power it on. Cruise control on. Steering active. Alright, let's go. Hopefully we actually know what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop that. Take a leaf out of Hanson's book and what we've done before. We should put a work direction of custom on here and do it on a line up with that. Do it that way, otherwise, and I'm going to bump it back down to 1 here. You know why? Because otherwise our lines will look like they do on the screen and end up green all the time. To do that back there, back on, see our rows there. That'll mix up the greenness on the field. Spread your wings in lime, young man. See, it would have been much better if you could say lime instead of fly. Even hot dogs can learn new tricks. Occasionally. You'd call me a dog, Hanson. Ruff. Or should that be Ruff? Well, I've got one field harvested. Things are moving on. Now the great thing is when a server's at this stage, literally you can log in and there's probably going to be something to do. And when it's this well established, you really can't go wrong. I mean, there's not much you could do. Ruin things here. I mean, you could park a bit of equipment in the wrong spot, as like I'm trying to do. Ugh. It's pretty easy. You jump in, you can see pretty easily what needs to be done. So, but at the same time, we've also got a to-do list in Discord, which gives you a summary of what needs to be done. So, if you're looking for something to do over the holidays, maybe you want a good time to try out multiplayer for your first time, a new experience in Farm Sim. Particularly with winter now striking the northern hemisphere. Shorter days, longer nights, more time inside, more time gaming. Multiplayer go. It's like I need to ask ChatGPT to write a name for that. This is actually spec for my walk. Yos GPT. Hello. Hello. Sort out equipment. Doesn't mean I'm going to get a good answer, does it, Yos? can hear a Fiat about to go past us with a load of bales. Depends on the quality of the question.
Right there, shoot him. Got it.
Sandwich. Whoops. Todd, how does one get onto the servers? That is the first start, as Yoss has just put in their Discord. Basically, I have a video, and I keep on forgetting what the command for it is. I've done a video on how to join our multiplayer server, or multiplayer servers in general. !join as well. That'll give you a link to that. But basically, jump onto Discord. You can find all the information for each of the servers is in there that has its own category, which makes it pretty easy to find. And just download the mods and go from there. Many people around on the servers often who can help. Anson's one of them. But yeah, heaps of people around who'd be happy to help you get started. I always say with multiplayer, there's no such thing. Well, this is a life rule. There's no such thing as a stupid question, just a stupid answer. Feel free to ask away. But yeah, jump into Discord, find the servers, find the channels, find the chats for those, and get started that way. Look at that, we're changing the shade of green at different areas. See how we get the yellow, getting a better pH across more of the field. I don't know why we actually ended up with some over applied areas there. That's a bit strange. Hanson's here 14 to 16 hours a day. Backbone, the backbone of the servers. Yeah, get onto Discord. That's the easiest way. And then if anything's not clear there, just once you find one of the servers, if you want to try out ETRURIA, if you want to jump on here, or if you prefer Saxlingham, which is more root crop, British farming. We're just in the throes of trying to get Gage Kentucky set up as a server. It's another one that'll be there soon. This tractor's just about to go over 100 hours. Look at that, 99.8. Well, I'll keep going now just to get it to it. It's pretty cool. This part is not vehicles and working hours. You got the T7s, 168, 99.8 there. It's up to 84. Massey's done 50 hours. Pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. See the lime application, the rate we use the lime goes up. It goes so much faster when we go over the yellow bits. Hey farming, how you doing? Another stream, you are very lucky, blessed, some would say. The only downside to using up the lime fast is I'm going to have to go get some more. Actually, I referenced you earlier because I caught myself driving with my pipe out. Said farming would not be impressed. Slow learning. Slowly. I'm a slow learner. Lovely day to be liming. Kigarino, have a good day, buddy. Good rest of your evening. Evening for you. Good to see you, my friend. Take care. And catch you again soon. Alright, what are we down to? 20? We're gonna... We're at the KSIH product launch on Thursday in Basildon, UK. What products are they launching there? Obviously case products. Not that much information. Spitting out lime. New 2026 Quadtrack and the new Optima. Oh, nice. Need a red tractor to go with your green combine, do you? On the big long run through the middle now. And it's a bit longer than others. Was a long run, so you used up a lot of line going across that part. New Puma, new Optima up to 440 horsepower and 66 kilometers. Gosh, that's fast. Challenge 900 series event. Yeah, yes, it would at that size and speed, wouldn't it? Interesting. Be interesting to see if there's a chart which shows you compares market, like a worm diagram or what do you want to call them, which shows market share of tractors across the years. And ping, certainly, Fendt suddenly had an uprise. What was the model released in that year that got everyone excited about using Fendt? 785. That's huge. I mean, they are massive. I remember the chance to see the one last year. It is a lot of tractor. Come on. Made a fault button somewhere. Right, one top up should be all we need. So. You just sit so high above the ground as well. You should just, you can see so much out of them for their size. You can see a lot. Right, we'll get a load of lime, we'll get that finished. I think that might have to be all we get done today. It's good, every little bit helps. If you can only log in and spend half an hour liming a field, it's half an hour someone else doesn't have to do and things can progress. But I always say one of the things I love the most about a multiplayer server, apart from being able to farm with other people, is being able to log in and things have changed. So you might plant a field and not even harvest it. You know, it might be You log back in and suddenly it's all been harvested, the crop's been gathered, and you end up in the chance to do something different, or you have a different crop that can be harvested. Like you log in and go, oh gosh, how do I get to do this? Very cool. Let's try and get ourselves back in here. Man, that's terrible. So bad. Come on. Oh, not far enough in. Alright. Wait for this to fill up and then we'll get going again. Developer controls of a quick top up. I could have done that out in the field. I'm not allowed to drive with my pipe out. I can't not load up back at the supply point. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Oh, that's the truck. I missed it on the way down. I didn't miss it that time. As it is 9 AM in the morning farming, I am on a little bit early for whiskey for me. Truck was at fault. Indeed, who parked it there? Narrow access. Sack him. Get him out of here. Been keeping an eye on that rock every time I was coming down here too. What are you saying even for me? What are you saying? Right, where do we get to? Let's go and find that row. Have I not got any... Back. All coming back to me now. Right, I was on. On the end of it. But further through it than I thought. There we are. And some bring it. Oh, he's got the mulch. Nice bottle of French red. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. It's a good time of year because suppliers and that start bringing in their Christmas gifts in the office too. Some different things. get up here to the corner. I'm going to spin around and just knock out this little section in here. Is there a lime spreader with section control? Not that I know of. And technically, section control wouldn't work anyhow when you've only got left and right spreaders, would it? Ah, it told me it was on the row. It's not. Maybe. I mean, the vent. No, because that uses. How does that vent one? I can't remember how that vent works now. One that came out with the Plains and Prairies DLC. Does that have individual droppers? Remember. The row crop system section control is pretty cool. Not much lime to go on these sections, as you can see from the map. A little bit of colour. Covered our line application. The top left corner is pretty low. 125 of HG. I parked it there with the spout out waiting for the trailer to come and unload it, and then the trailer operator unloaded it and left it out. Yes, you do. It was not me. I'm not claiming responsibility for that. So I'm going to paint it white. Yeah, no, blind. Yeah, that'll do for me. Near enough's good enough. It was rationale for why it had its pipe open. It's also, its engine's also running too. Right, so let's get up the top here. Struggles pulling the weight up this hill. So how much more have we got to go? Not too many passes. Needs to cool down after you've been working it. Again, very good justification, Henson. Like it. What do you mean, does this mean I'm not on tomorrow? This is my normal stream time. Sunday morning New Zealand, Saturday night UK. And then Wednesday night New Zealand, which is Wednesday morning UK. Sunday with me already, it is indeed. In the future. Has it been the long day or is it the French red wine? I blame the French. It's the French's fault, isn't it? Looking at this, looking at the screen, how we're getting some interesting lines. In all honesty, it's the one. It's a combination, a long day plus wine. What's that? Ending up with a bit of a patchwork now. It's almost a Tarzan pattern getting here with the lime application. Very serious listening to the Fortnite going on in the next room. Tense. Right, the wedgie point to the field. Doors are opening. There's going to be a big celebration in a second. Try and get the boys to play Farm Sim with me. Oh, this is so slow, Dad. When's the excitement going to happen? I need to shoot someone. If only they were this excited. I know. I know. No. Haven't let them touch that one. Alright, there we go. Field done. Now, we're just going to park this up down the bottom because it can go into the next field across and start doing some work in there, but I'm going to call it quits, I think. Progress. We'll jump in the combine and we'll drive that home and then we'll say our goodbyes. Our farewells. Do that there. Blinkers on that. Turn off our engine. Out of there. One of the best things I ever added was a mod, or the setting where you can turn off the blinking turn off all the warnings about engines and folding and unfolding. I know they were good prompts, and sometimes you might sit there like I did earlier wondering why I couldn't get anything to work. But at the same time, I don't like them blinking up on the screen all the time. Nice to get rid of those. And let's get those two. Alright, we'll get this back to the fun. They played a little bit of Roblox or Minecraft. I mean, they like their football, they play a lot of FC or FIFA. A little bit of basketball, in NBA 2K. I've mixed it up, but yeah, mainly Fortnite. Tried to get them into the Lego games when they were younger. I've done a lot of those. Jurassic World and Lego Dimensions was a cool one where you had the plate and you had to move different characters to activate them in game. That was kind of cool. Cool as a game concept. surprised they haven't done more of it. I know they did it with, was it? I want to say Outlanders, but it's not that. It's something like that. Overlook, Outwatch, Overwatch. Competition manager. Adopt Me. Goodness, what's that? Heard that one. All right. That rock, yeah, that's no. You got past the rock. The truck's going to be a different story. We should be right though. At least there's a couple of trees that used to be along this road here on the right, I think, which used to always catch me out too. They had a bit of an overhang. Ooh. So made it pesky coming along this track. I think they're all gone. Gold Mining Sim 2, yeah. Yeah, I've been watching that one too. It's a wee way away. Been thinking of getting into some more forestry. I haven't done forestry for ages, like proper full-on forestry. Dabbled in it with different things, but keen to jump back in and try my hand at being a lumberjack. Think about that too. Alright, here we go. Made it past the truck. Let's go. Just nosy this on up somewhere that it's not too far in the way. And let someone sort out all the repairs and everything on it. Fuel up and whatnot. In fact, let's find. So, top there. Let's go up and fuel it up and we'll leave it. Bit of wash while we're at it. We'll wash it and fuel. That can be our contribution to after the gear. Here we go. Yep. Some diesel on it. Jump out of here. Can't do that in first person. They keep the option we used to have to repair your gear. I'm not going to get my warning on length for this, so again, go as far as you can. Heater. Just. Your eyes. What's wrong with clean equipment, Yos? Alright, here we go. Job done. Jump up in there. Down. Leave that there. And we're done. Ah, lights on. Goes off. Oops. We don't want to open the pressure washer. No, now I'm not even going to be able to hop in it. There we go. That's better. Right, well, thank you everyone for tuning in today. I appreciate you being here. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. If you're looking, to join the servers, please jump in. Please come in and make me your own, lend a hand, whatever it is. There's an option for everyone. US, US, UK, Italian is different varieties. Australian farming. Come in and lend a hand. Good to see you as well, Farmer Sim. For hanging out with us this evening. Farmer GB, good to see you. Yos, being here. Hanson, thank you for the help tonight. Elder, catch you later, mate. Enjoy the rest of your day recovering. And Craig, good to see you too. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day, your weekend. Like I said, only a couple of streams left for the year, so we might set. I'd love my last multiplayer next weekend. We might come up with a plan. Maybe we'll do something big. There's some fields I've been eyeing on Saxingham, which I think would be fun to do a big silage harvest on, or maybe I'll just spool up a server, just a random one, and we'll do some, maybe Renaboo. Maybe we'll put Renaboo just on a server for the day and do a whole lot of grass work with that or something like that. Get as many people along as we can as a little bit of Christmas fun. So yeah, we'll see. I'll make a plan during the week and let you know. Anyhow, enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye.